Hello, everybody. It's Thursday. I'm an Uber driver. I gotta get going. I put on some clothes for you, which I prefer not to, and a mask, so I can feel free to be myself. I'm gonna make some man chow real quick. It's like 12-ish, and basically, I'll just share some of my personal odd take. I'm gonna do ramen noodle and eggs because I don't have any money. I gotta get out there and haul drunks around, try to hit my numbers for the day. Try to make like $120 a day, which I haven't been doing because I can work for myself. Anywho, I grab a pan. I like to use glass because I'm like a hippie, and I feel like glass is not going to get any odd things in there. You know, I try to limit the amount of exposure to like non-stick things or iron. I have a cast iron skillet, and I put it on here. I fill it up with water. I just use tap water because I drink distilled and spring water, but tap water is good enough for some ramen. Crackhead soup is what they call it. I put like, I don't know, 4 cups or so in there, and it about there-ish, about enough so the ramen noodles can show up on the other side. We are getting this brand here, Sriracha. Let's open it up. Cut this thing on high. I don't think too much about it. I try to get some fat. So I throw some butter in there, make it a little smoother. This will be my meal for the day. I try to get eaten before, like I go out on an empty stomach and just eat when I get hungry, but that usually happens right when rides have to happen. And I'm kind of a closet druggie. I like my weed and stuff. Time I gave people to a ride and reminded me of my 20s. I used to like hallucinogens, and they gave me some LSD that was pretty strong. And ever since that kind of overdose on it, I got panic attacks. I took some mushrooms to kind of reset my brain, and they're not as bad, and time kind of made it, but they still happen. I was also pre-diabetic. You know, I cut out like as much sugar as I drank, which I fell off the diet because I'm a little depressed and lonely. I'm moving, and in the next couple months I plan on getting back to it. I'll bring you on a health journey. But for the most part, I'm basically saying that because I try to get a meal in me before I take out. Because when I was pre-diabetic and I had panic attacks, I noticed on an empty stomach when my sugar got low, it would make it happen, and very uncomfortable trying to give rides to people and hide the fact that my brain is irrationally freaking out, having some sort of mental cramp. Anyways, get that boiling. And I take the little salt packet, whatever flavor. This is Sriracha's flavored salt. I just add that at the end because it messes up eggs. Got my eggs out here. I usually put about 4 eggs in there. And I'm 160 pounds-ish, 5'8.5", 5'9". And that'll fill me up for the day. I might, at the gas station, stop. Like I said, I'm off the diet. Grab something sweet, so at the end of the night, I can just get that in me so I don't get too loopy in case my sugar dips. But ideally, I'd eat just a nice fatty meat meal. The carnivore diet works best for me. I think we're omnivores, honestly. But carnivore view is pretty good. Anyways, put some butter in there for some fat. I got the noodles. I get it boiling. I put some of this all-purpose, or I make my own seasoned salt. It's got some of this no salt in it for potassium because heart failure runs in my family. My dad, he passed away from it, and it spooked me during that process, and I got checked out, and they're saying more than likely it's going to happen to me. I got signs for it on, I don't know, T or Q wave on an EKG. Anyways, I noticed when I fast, since I use fasting and diet switch to kind of get me out of I was diabetes or whatever, pre-diabetic type 2, and I noticed that when I fast, I get a lot of heart palpitations, and it'd be hard, and those panic attacks would come. But when I make my own seasoning and I add some of that no salt in it, not a bunch, just a little bit, it kind of stops the heart palpitations. I don't know if that's in my head, but I know when I got my blood taken and whenever my dad was on his way out and he was getting his blood taken, for whatever reason, our biology don't hang on to potassium that well. So I just put like a sprinkle of this crap in there, less than a teaspoon, just to have a little bit in there, because I'm already going to put a bunch of salt in there. But, you know, I don't hang on to my electrolytes too good. My body does a little better on dealing with salt than it does dealing with high sugar. So this is like for the day. Like I said, I'm going to eat this, 4 eggs. So I kind of am on an OMAD diet, fasting diet, because I can't really afford to eat that much. Maybe this will take off and I won't have to do Uber and deal with the general public, who I'm learning to hate, like most people deal with the public. That'd be really neat. I'm looking for a job now because I just got a message from Lyft saying that you have to have a 2017 or younger, which means if my car breaks, which it already has gone in the shop a couple times, I have over 200,000 miles on a 2009 Honda Odyssey van, and if that busts, I won't. I guess I could qualify for a loan, but I wouldn't make enough money to pay off like 15 or 20,000, whatever. Because I want a van so I can be open to all rides. I also like vans. I'm a creepy, weird guy like that. I like to, in case I get down on my feet, feel like I could camp in it. Which there's been a couple times in my life where I had to live in my car, and I like to be able to stretch out and, I don't know, feel like I have an actual place during those little times. But once that gets boiling, I just stir it up and get the noodles real soft. And my mindset is, these noodles are all artificial and weird and bad for you, but like I said, this is just to get by. If I had food stamps, I'd live a lot better than this. But I just, once I get these boiled and these are soft, I dump in my eggs, and then, I put in my seasoned salt, then I just eat straight out of this and find something on YouTube to watch, and I go driving for the day. So, in a nutshell, that basically winds up this video. We're already at 8 minutes in. I know it sucks to watch stuff like this, so I'm going to end it right there. This right here, just imagine that with 4 eggs in it, and the water a little dyed from the sriracha flavored salt that's a little red. Cheers! That's how I make my man chow. Holds me over for a day. It's one of my budget things because eggs are cheap and ramen's cheap. So if you're somebody who's trying to just, whose income's tight, the easiest thing to play around with to help your money grow or get a little more on top of your bills is probably your grocery bill. Your health might suffer, but if you get back to good, your body, at least I think, your body has about 3-month windows, because I notice in nature that's what animals do. Like about 2 or 3 months, they'll get real fat and real skinny, and we're no different. So you can make that's about how long it takes to stick to a trend and have a noticeable difference. Like if you want to gain muscle or lose weight, you got to stick to it. You got to develop a trend and stick to it for about 80 days to 90 days, depending on how hardcore it is, to make a noticeable difference. And if you want to double up that noticeable difference, you got to push it to 6 months. And you're going to come across plateau issues and slow down your growth and everything. But basically, that's my plan right now. Is I'm getting ready to move, so I'm going to use the new place as my excuse to have gym fever or fitness fever. I'm going to go on a carnivore diet and exercise and take you all with me, and hopefully change my body for the better. You'll have a good one. Take it easy. I hope I get some clicks. You click my stuff, I'll click your stuff. Take care. Bye.